Look. The green are bushes.
Oh yeah? Nice. Here, Caroline.
Look at that.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. Lots and lots of butterflies. Come look. I see your thing.
What are your names?
I am Tara Stohler. My husband and I own Dreamscapes.
And I am Jamie Risser. I'm the director of the Butterfly House.
Okay, so how did all this come about?
Interesting thing, Dustin and I were talking about how we wanted to create this beautiful butterfly house here in Lebanon County. We really had no set plan. So in October or November, I received an email with a resume for Miss Jamie here, and I looked on it, and she has an extensive background in horticulture. She's worked up at the Hershey Garden, she worked at the Hershey School, and on her resume it said that she had worked at the butterfly house in Hershey for 3 years. And I said, oh my word, this is crazy. So I emailed her and I said, yes, we'd love to interview you. How did you know we were opening a butterfly house? And she said, I did it. So it's just amazing how it all played out, and we are so thankful to her and all her hard work to facilitate this. And we're just hoping the public comes out and enjoys it as well.
Well, can we take a look?
Absolutely.
All right.
We have a double door system, so when one door is open, the other has to be closed, and vice versa, so our butterflies don't get out.
Okay. Smells like fresh new wood.
Cocoa mulch.
Ah,
All right, here we go.
here we go. Oh wow, you have lots of visitors today. Oh, this is so cool. It looks natural. Hi, good to see you. This is very cool. And the little fountains are everywhere, or I don't know what to call them. They're not
Pondless
a
waterfall.
pondless waterfall.
And we have another water feature in the other corner.
Wow. And the butterflies are hanging from everywhere.
There's about 300 in here right now.
300. Are they all the same kind?
Oh, that's a sulfur.
Black swallowtail in my net, and then it got out.
So what are you doing? Catching them in the field and bringing them in here?
Yeah. They don't have anything else more important to do than this.
It's like fun. It's like going back to your childhood.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name's Dustin.
Hi,
My
Dustin.
husband.
Well, we're just introducing you to everybody that's going to be watching this on YouTube. Is that okay?
That's wonderful.
Okay, great.
On that? Yes.
So tell me about all the kinds of butterflies.
Okay. The butterflies, we have all Pennsylvania native butterflies in here, as well as Pennsylvania native plants. Right now, I believe I have about 5 different species in here. I have monarchs, painted ladies, tiger swallowtails, both male and female. I have, what am I forgetting? Red admirals. And I also have 1 or 2 commas hanging out around here as well. We have 3 different suppliers in PA, and we strictly deal with natives simply because when people come in here, they love what they see and they want to know how they can create this at home. And it's wonderful to be able to tell them that all these butterflies can be right in your backyard. All you have to do is plant the right things.
What kind of things?
Well, we have examples all around us here. I have echinacea in here.
What's echinacea? Can you show me?
Echinacea is our cone flower, and this one isn't quite blooming yet, but this is a purple cone flower, is echinacea. The plants you see down here are wood asters, and they get a beautiful little purple flower. I think that one down there has a purple flower on it. We will have, this is phlox in here. They adore phlox. In the back is ironweed, which is a great plant for butterflies, but you have to have the space. That one gets about 7 foot tall, so it's a very large plant. Big purple flowers on top. Here we have more coneflower. Now some of these plants that you see blooming in here right now, these are not Pennsylvania natives, these are annuals. But the reason that they are in here is because our natives are not in bloom because this is a fresh planting. This is new in our house. So we put this in to substitute so there would be enough nectar for them because they need to be able to feed. But by next year, this will be so big in here and more established, we won't need those annual plants. But that's why you see those in here as well. Over here is Rebecca. And this is black-eyed Susans. A lot of people are familiar with these. These will be blooming very soon. And this purple tall one is called gay feather. It's a beautiful plant, and butterflies love that plant. And then we have jokai weed in the back, which is another very tall plant. That one gets about 6 foot tall. And we also have some fruit here because butterflies love to nectar on fruit as well. They get the simple sugars from it just like they would from nectar.
So all of those glass bowls out there are not bird feeders, they're butterfly feeders.
They can be used in either way. Now, butterfly feeders, I like to tell people, here in Pennsylvania, I can put a butterfly feeder in here because I have hundreds of butterflies in here, and they will go to it. But when you put a butterfly feeder at your home, you will also get ants and bees and wasps. So just be prepared. You're not going to just get lovely little butterflies landing on your fruit. You'll get a lot more than that.
Okay.
This is summer sweet clethra. This is a great substitute for the butterfly bush. A lot of people are familiar with, but it's a Pennsylvania native. It'll get long spikes of whitish pink flowers on it, and they absolutely love it. This planting over here is solidago, which is goldenrod. A lot of people are familiar with. This isn't the goldenrod that's associated with hay fever.
Yes.
This is a completely different hybrid. A lot of people aren't allergic to it. It's just like a regular flower. And it's not as big and wild as what you see out in nature. This is a lot more compact. This may be about 2 foot when it's full.
Okay.
And the others are just more plantings of what you saw in a different location. They're just spread out all over the house.
So what's with the butterfly shower going on here?
Well, the guys had a really creative idea for a water feature, and I wasn't so sure of how it was going to turn out, but it's gorgeous, and the butterflies actually love it because they can go over there and just get enough of a drink on the rocks without worrying about drowning or getting in the water, and it's not fast moving. So sometimes in the morning when we come in, they're all congregating over on the rocks and drinking, and then they'll fly away. And it's peaceful and beautiful.
So we really like our upside down tree.
So that's actually the root ball?
Yes, so we planted it, and then it had this crazy looking arm, so that was what we utilized for the shower head, to hide the piping and stuff.
Talk about creative. Now, is it like dug down into the ground? Is that how it anchored?
Yep.
That is cool. So I guess somebody's got to tell me, how did you get these butterflies? Did you have to catch little caterpillars and make them go through the process, or?
We do breed butterflies here. We breed monarchs and black swallowtails, and for that we go through the whole entire process. But for what you're looking at right here, we have suppliers in Pennsylvania, and that's what they do. They strictly breed butterflies. So we can either get them sent to us as a live butterfly in a little envelope, and they drop the temperature so that the butterflies are safe and they're a little bit dormant, and then you raise the temperature and the butterflies can fly and they're happy again. Or we get them sent to us as a chrysalis, like what's in our chrysalis box.
Oh, let's look at the chrysalis box.
And then in here, they can hatch out of their chrysalis and emerge, and you can see them fly out when they're ready.
So these are actually going to be butterflies?
Correct.
What are the ones with the blue tags and the green?
Those are monarchs, and the ones on the bottom are black swallowtails.
Wow.
And if you look at the 2 black swallowtails to the right, you can see they've already come out. See how it's just an empty shell hanging there?
Yes. Very cool. So that's, they're like on burlap or something.
Yep.
And they're just everywhere. They're beautiful. And you can touch them and catch them and things?
We don't let people touch them just because when you touch a butterfly, they have millions of scales all over them. So those scales fall off. And the more scales that fall off, the harder it is for a butterfly to fly. So we tell people when they come in, if a butterfly lands on you, that's wonderful. You can walk around the whole house that way. We just don't want people to reach out and grab them.
Okay. How long does a butterfly live?
As an adult, roughly 2 to 3 weeks. It's very dependent upon the species. It's different for every species, but as a generalization, we tell people 2 to 3 weeks. If you think about the whole life cycle from egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, it's around 2 months.
Okay. So, what didn't I ask you that I should have asked you?
Well, we're open all summer. We're open until September 14th. And on September 14th, we will do our Monarch migration celebration. So we will be releasing all of the monarchs in here, and we will tag them through Monarch Watch. and guests can come and help us with that, and we will let them go. They will migrate to Mexico, and hopefully we can track them since we've tagged them and see which one of our monarchs actually made the trip all the way down. So we'll have a big festival at the end of the year to sort of say goodbye, say farewell to the butterflies.
That is so cool. Well, now I have to ask you, when the butterflies die,
Yes.
they're so beautiful, and I've seen lots of art where they frame them and things. Do you have somebody that's doing that for you?
We do not have anything at this time, just because we don't have, we only have Pennsylvania natives in here, so a lot of the butterflies that are dying in here, we just leave them go. But as we get more in, there's great possibilities for us.
Yeah, I can just see some local artists making those little
Absolutely.
shadow boxes with butterflies and
Absolutely.
things. Yeah, cool. Well, let's talk to your boss a few minutes here. Wow, this is quite an undertaking, and it's absolutely marvelous. So what gave you the idea in the beginning?
Well, honestly, our friends that live in Tunkhannock, they have a garden center there, and they have a butterfly house, and they have seen such tremendous response from the community. So we kind of tailored ours after theirs. They were a great inspiration and help to us in trying to plan this whole thing, and we're just excited to get people here, educating them on the life cycle of the butterfly, educating them on the habitat and how to preserve habitat to see more butterflies. And it all came together in the end, so we're so happy.
Fabulous.
This is our milkweed plant, and this is a host plant for the monarch. And you can see there are two ladies on here right now, and they are actually both laying eggs. They curl their abdomen up underneath the leaf, and you will see an egg pop right out. And you can look and see all the other leaves are just covered with these. Every butterfly has a host plant that's specific to that butterfly. So for the monarch, it is the milkweed. Down here for black swallowtails, it's dill or parsley or something in that family. And you can see there's caterpillars on that plant as well. Now if the butterfly were to lay on a different plant that wasn't her host plant, the caterpillar would die, because the only thing that caterpillar can digest is their particular host plant. So that's why we tell people it's so very important when you're planting a butterfly garden, not just to have these beautiful nectaring plants, but also to have host plants so that they really have a full habitat going on in your yard. And you also don't just get a passing butterfly, you get multiple generations of butterflies, because they go through the whole life cycle then right in your backyard. So that's really what we're trying to promote here too, is not just butterfly gardening, but smart butterfly gardening. And we have a couple different host plants here, but the two that we're really keen on, because that's what we personally breed, are the milkweed and the dill and the fennel for the black swallowtails.
Well, now, do you collect these caterpillars that go into a chrysalis, or do they just stay on the plant, or what happens there?
They stay on the plant and they eat and they feed until they're ready, and they know when they're done. And when they are finished, they crawl to the highest place they can find, and they will begin to form their chrysalis. For a monarch, it's a lot easier to tell, because when they go up high and they're hanging, they form a J shape with their body, and as soon as you see that J hanging there, you know that they're going to form a chrysalis. Those guys, the black swallowtails, or anything in the swallowtail family for that matter, they sort of form a V on a branch, and they have silk that they spin around it so it holds them in that shape. And once they're in that shape, you can see they will slowly start to exfoliate, really, and they shed their skin. And the chrysalis is the exoskeleton that is underneath. So you can actually watch the whole process happen. It's pretty amazing. You just have to be in the right place at the right time, really. But these girls are really busy. They're all laying like crazy today.
It is amazing. I see all these little eggs on here.
Yeah, they're going to town.
All those little white dots are eggs on the
Yep.
milkweed. So if you have milkweeds in your backyard, a lot of people pull them out, but they're really good butterfly habitat.
Oh, they're wonderful. And this year actually has been the lowest year on record recorded. They track the monarchs that migrate down to Mexico, and they were 59% lower this year than they've ever been before. So it's very important. We tell people just plant milkweed as often as you can, because we need to try to preserve the habitat. There's so much more now in competition to them that they never had before. We have GMOs, and we have spraying, and we have things that, you know, years and years ago were not a problem. So you could go out in the field and just pick milkweed, and the monarchs, you see monarchs on it, you see caterpillars. Now we spray so much, and depending on what we plant on there as well, we don't have that anymore, and it's a shame. So yeah, we sell milkweed here, and we educate people here, and we really try to tell them you should really have it in your backyard.
What is GMO?
Genetically modified organisms, that's depending on the crop that you have. Some of the plants, like soybean and corn, is genetically modified, and that's what the farmers plant now. So a lot of it's Roundup ready, so the seed is actually coated before it goes into the ground, and that sort of wipes out anything that's around it, which is great in a sense for the farmers because they don't have the weeds and they don't have the issues, and they have more of a uniform plant, but it's bad in a lot of ways. Not just for us as humans to consume, but also for habitat, for wildlife, for everything around it. And we have that everywhere. It's just a part of how things have changed in agriculture over the last few years. So.
I just have to get something clear in my mind. You said the monarchs migrate to Mexico. So do they go there and mate and die, or what happens?
Well, actually, the fourth generation monarch have special DNA. They are called the super monarchs. Those are the monarchs born in the August time period. They actually live on average 6 months or so, enough time to winter over in Mexico, whereas the normal lifespan of a monarch is 2 to 3 weeks. So these super monarchs, if they are west of the Rocky Mountains, they migrate to California. If they're east of the Rockies, they migrate to Mexico. It's all in their DNA, so they just know. So on September 14th, we will have our Monarch Migration Festival. We will tag our monarchs, our fourth generation monarchs, we'll tag with little numbers through Monarch Watch, and then we will release them for their migratory journey to Mexico.
Wow, that is just so cool. And then they lay their eggs in Florida, did you say?
So this fourth generation monarchs, they fly to Mexico, they winter there all winter long, and then they fly back up and start breeding and laying eggs like Texas, Florida area. So, and it starts all over again.
So then those babies are born and they come back here because, like salmon, they know where to go?
That's correct.
They know where they were released from.
It's all in their DNA.
That is so cool. Thank you.
So if you see a milkweed plant, don't chop it down, because that is the host plant for the monarch. They will only lay their eggs on a milkweed plant. So.
Well, these little tags, is there like information that you should report it if you find it or something?
If you go on Monarch Watch, that's it's the organization that does the tracking and the tagging. They should have it all on their website. So monarchwatch.com.
Okay.
Or it's either .com or .org, but one of the two.
Thank you.
Thank you. So excited about this whole entire summer and the different opportunities that are going to be available, and we just want to get more people in here to enjoy this beautiful creation and enjoy these beautiful creatures. Well, interestingly enough, the gentleman that has the butterfly house at the farm show is one of our suppliers for our monarchs. So,
okay.
Yeah, so we worked with him as well. He gave us some good suggestions and things. So.
It's phenomenal. And what about the rest of this place? I've been walking through and taking some video. I saw fish, I saw cypress chairs, I saw, I don't know, gourd birdhouses or something. Tell me about all this. How long has this been going on?
Well, Dustin and I started our business back in 2000. We ran the business out of our home for many years. We bought this farm in 2005. We are primarily a water garden installation, design, and maintenance company. So we decided we need to have retail because we need to sell our clients fish and aquatic plants and pond pumps and whatever they need. And then we decided we needed to have gift items as well to kind of make it a whole experience. So bought the farm in 2005, converted it, opened for retail in 2007, and then gradually have expanded and added some more things. And of course this was our latest project. So
it's beautiful. And how many ponds or water features do you have?
I think there's 7 or 8 on the property. So it's a chance for our potential clients to come in and kind of see the caliber of work that we do, get different ideas on different types of water features, and then we're here to educate the public about fish health and what aquatic plants are good in their water feature, you know, those kind of things. So.
I even saw a water feature in the corner of the barn inside.
Yes, we can do water features inside.
That is so cool. Well, all I can say is congratulations.
Thank you.
You have quite the vision and commitment. Must take a lot of work, but you're doing a swell job.